It has been a couple of weeks, and boy, has the news been piling up. At one point or another, I was actually thinking I was going to have to duck out of, vacation, because that's what I'm just coming back from now. Because, well, first of all, Bookvault just announced a huge step in integrating with Payhip. So you can make sales through Payhip, and it's going to probably be the best royalty you could possibly get. Also, ACX just launched a great new update to their dashboard, and I applaud them. I will tell you more about that. And then IngramSpark has a new unique opportunity to promote your book that can cost upwards of $500. Is it worth it? Well, we'll discuss that in today's news segment for July the 8th, 2024. Hey, before we do jump into things, I want to give a big quick shout out to my sponsors, Book Award Pro. Get reviews and awards for your book. Over 2.2 million books are published every year. Authors need a smart strategy to stand out. Book Award Pro is how you win awards and get reviews for your book. You can get started for free or get more from their premium plans when you visit my affiliate link at deallinks.com/bookawardpro. For the record, I actually am currently using the free plan, but anytime that I get ready to launch a book, I take that book and I put it into the pro plan. So that way they just manage all of it for me and they get it submitted to different book awards. Actually, my book I launched, the essay that I launched back in November called How to Write a Book in 48 Hours, they applied for 5 different awards, and I won, walk that back, Dale, 4 different awards, and I won 3 of those 4. Nice. I was pretty pumped about that one. So again, go ahead and take a look at Book Award Pro when you visit my affiliate link at deallinks.com/bookawardpro. And into the news here, let's jump into it. Amazon Ads is here to let you know bids adjustments will be changed for users of dynamic bids up and down. To help advertisers gain impressions and sales during Prime Day, we're temporarily allowing bids for campaigns using dynamic bids up and down to increase by up to 100% for rest of search and product page placements. Currently, this is at 50%. For example, a $1 bid will be able to increase to $2. Change is limited to sponsored product campaigns using dynamic bids up and down, ads that appear in rest of search or product page placements, and starting the beginning of Prime Day event and through its conclusion. After Prime Day event has ended, the dynamic bids maximum will return to 50% for rest of search and product placement page placements. So, this is good if you happen to be a person who has a deeper budget using the dynamic bids up and down. It's not one that I recommend for anybody that is working on a stricter budget because it can tend to burn through your ad spend. But in instances like where Prime Day is right around the corner, I believe it's on the 15th and 16th or the 16th and 17th, it is probably a good idea, especially if you're running some ads. Now, this is the part that almost drew me out of vacation. It is that Bookvault officially announced direct integration with Payhip. Now, if you're not familiar with Bookvault at all, they are a print-on-demand company based out of the UK. They do high-quality print covers, or print design. Good Lord, Dale, how about that? Today, you could tell I'm coming back from a vacation. They give you good, high-quality print-on-demand books on just about every type of book that you can imagine. They more recently had announced that they had got some new printers, state-of-the-art stuff. You can be able to get sprayed edges, all that stuff. Well, now you can officially do orders through Payhip. Now, if you're not familiar with Payhip, it is a direct sales platform, and typically it has been reserved for things like courses and ebooks and digital downloads. And you could, to a certain extent, connect physical products, but you had to manage all that yourself. Well, remove all that. Bookvault has the direct integration with Payhip. Now, before, I'd tried using their integration by way of Zapier, and it wasn't working. And it was about a couple months ago when they said, hang in there, Dale. We're working on direct integration. Forget about Zapier. It's coming up. I went ahead. I finished my vacation early last night, and I sat down and I played with it. Super dead simple. Now, I don't have a link to this, but you can go visit Bookvault on YouTube. They have a full tutorial. It's like 3 minutes long, and it shows you how easy it is to get that sold through your own Payhip store. And the nice thing about Payhip is you can get it for free, minus 5% of all sales, plus a transaction fee, or you can upgrade for, less of the royalty being taken away from you. But 5% from that. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. So I was really super excited to hear about that on the vacation, but I'm glad I didn't jump the gun and get out of, my vacation. All right, big news. This one is actually just come out from Audiobook Creation Exchange, announcing your enhanced sales overview. We're excited to share that we are making a number of enhancements to the sales overview page on acx.com, including refreshing data more frequently, reflecting sales from 48 hours prior, that's really good, and adding marketplace of sale data previously only visible in royalty statements. Now, if you haven't had the opportunity, I recommend, if you do have an Audiobook Creation Exchange account at acx.com, go get yourself logged in, and there's a virtual tour. It actually will take you through it. But you can go over into the reports and you will see it is much better. Oh my gosh, it's much better. And my only qualm is a little bit of a nitpick here. I'm just going to... They have it broke down into how your book was purchased, whether it's through Audible listener credits or through Audible listener discount or through a la carte purchases. That's great. Fantastic. Love seeing that. What about Apple sales? We can break them down into all the different regions, the US, UK, all that type of stuff. But why can't I be able to see if it's coming from Apple? That would probably make a life a little bit easier, but maybe they're still working on that, so I hate to be so nitpicky on them. But all that to say this, it's great to see ACX is starting to, improve some of the stuff. I would love to see them improve their royalty model still, because I am still very reluctant to publish any of my audiobooks going forward with ACX until they can otherwise give a more fair deal for indie authors everywhere. Just my take on things, but glad to see that they're starting to tune things up. Let's move a little further forward. The fine folks over at Drafted Digital want to let you know, some bad news. We received notification from our retail partner, Libri GmbH, otherwise known as Libri, who shows up on the D2D dashboard as Tolino, that the German retailer Weltbild has filed for insolvency. Libri has also informed us that Weltbild is in default of its May payment and as such has had its ebook distribution rights withdrawn. Although Weltbild cannot pay D2D at this time, if you had sales in Weltbild during May 2024, D2D will cover the payments that are owed to you. You will receive payment on or around July 15th as normal. So this is great. Big shout out to the fine folks over at Drafted Digital. This one actually came straight from the CEO, Chris Austin, discussing this. It's really kind of cool to see that they're making things right, despite Weltbild being the company at fault. They're helping out. So that's really, really kind of cool to see Drafted Digital still taking care of some of the authors despite this whole insolvency issue. Next big piece of news is coming from IngramSpark. Now, this one's interesting, and I have to admit, I'm very intrigued. They actually have a new service where you can promote your book. And let me read it exactly as it says here on the landing page. Use digital ad campaigns, book lists, giveaway mailings, and more to raise awareness for your books and reach more readers. By selecting an ad package below, you're registering your interest and will not be billed at this time. All submissions will be reviewed by the IngramSpark editorial team. For best chances of being included in curated content, please review and follow our metadata best practices. All right, so here's the cost. It's not cheap. Check out our available promotional packages and choose the one that's right for you. They started out with a Discovery Boost, which is $500 per ISBN. Whew. Looks like I'll probably be sticking with one ISBN. All items in the Discovery Basic Ad Package, which I'll cover that in just a second, gain valuable insights and optimize your book metadata with recommendations from book-selling experts. That's really kind of nice. Samples of your book are made available for retail and library buyers, giveaways and reviews on reader community sites. Raised awareness of your book to the Ingram Content Group sales team in the US and UK, and promotion within the Ingram Content Group UK book ordering catalog. So that one's $500. Now, if you go for the Discovery Basic, that's $350 per ISBN. This includes exclusive curated lists, IngramSpark seasonal books catalog shared with booksellers, book lists and themed articles on popular e-commerce and reader community sites, and targeted digital book flyers delivered to independent retailers. So again, if you're interested, make sure that you visit the link inside the description or the show notes as per usual. Go ahead and check it out. I anticipate I'm probably going to take the more pricey one at Discovery Boost to see, well, I'm going to throw some spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks. What's the worst that can happen? IngramSpark can tell me, no, they're not going to accept me. But I think they'll probably do it. So I'll let you know what happens if I do end up getting that. And speaking of IngramSpark, did you know they actually have an academy, a free course online here? They're going to show you how to increase book sales potential and metadata for your books. Learn how to increase book sales potential by making better use of your book metadata. This course provides tips to optimize the most essential metadata for books like book title, book description, author bio, book trim size, and more. This is about a 1-hour course. It's 100% free. I'm going to take this as soon as I can kind of free up a little bit of my time, but I am definitely going to take a look at this. It's skill level between beginner to intermediate. Moving a little further forward, this one actually comes from the fine folks over at the Alliance of Independent Authors. Dan Holloway, he's the Ally News editor, had shared some insights that apparently Spotify is realizing they kind of messed up a little bit. So originally, what was happening is they increased their rates for people to subscribe to their service, and the reason why they increased it was by $1 was because now they're allowing for audiobook streaming, and everybody that is subscribed will get up to 15 hours of content. And well, there were a lot of Spotify customers out there that are like, I don't get this for audiobooks. I don't want this for audiobooks. Let's walk that back. So now they have a $10.99 plan for people that want exclusively the Spotify music. And then there's the $11.99 plan per month where they can get the audiobooks as well. So that was very interesting insights. I actually saw a few other things that came across my desk here about Spotify and their premium subscription, but I felt like this one best shared where we're at with Spotify. Again, I've got a pretty good positive opinion about what I've been paid for the exposure I've done through Spotify, but I'm going to kind of still share the fact that I think that if Findaway Voices by Spotify wants to treat the account holders fairly, that they would allow a split between choosing a la carte sales or subscription sales, because there's going to be some people that don't want to have their books included in subscription sales. Hey, I am on Substack. I'm not sure if you guys are on Substack. If you ever checked it out, if you've never heard of Substack, go over to selfpub.substack.com. You can be able to check out my email newsletter that I have over there. But Miblart, yeah, Miblart, they actually have been former sponsors of mine. Actually, they're currently sponsors of a 4-video series over on the main channel. Actually put out a Substack post, and I didn't even know that they're on Substack. So they actually talk about how to analyze what book covers sell in your genre. Let me go ahead and give you the TLDR on this. I'll give you the main bullet points. You want to go ahead and visit this full article for context. They said, number 1, go to Amazon, check bestsellers in your genre. Number 2, be selective with the books you analyze. I think that should probably, be a given, common sense, if you will. But sometimes some books get slipped into the bestseller lists and they're just an outlier of sorts. So sometimes you have to be super selective. So maybe the top 10 are going to be good, but maybe number 85 and number 86 with the Comic Sans font on it's probably not the best representation of a book cover that you want. You also want to check the release date and number of reviews. Choose at least 40 covers from the top 100 in your genre. Analyze your picks and look for trends in imagery, color palette, typography, style, and so much more. Take a look at that Substack. I think that you're going to thoroughly enjoy it. Hey, the fine folks over at StreetLib want to let you know that there are some promotional opportunities. You can take a look at that for psychological mystery and thriller novels, lighthearted novels, and rom-com novels. This is for July and August for Apple promos. You want more details, visit the link in the description as per usual. And also, Publish Drive has their own sales they're running. If you happen to be a Publish Drive account holder, they currently have, if you go into your dashboard, they have Overdrive's Back to School sale, Kobo's summer sales for Spanish, French, and Italian titles, Apple Book sales for romance thrillers, series, and more, and Baker & Taylor's campaign for comics and graphic novels. All right, time to rapid fire some of these things that are coming on up here. The one thing that actually came out while I was on vacation was the more email marketing tips for indie authors on the Reaching More Readers podcast with yours truly and Holly Greenland of the Alliance of Independent Authors. Go ahead and take a look at that episode. It is, I think, the second part or the third part in the series. We have a total of 4 parts altogether. But lots of fun. Go take a look at that. And also, if you happen to be a Platinum member of BookBrush, they're having an exclusive webinar for Platinum members only. Level up with 5 places you'll make money during a Kickstarter campaign with Russell Noelty. Russell is one of the foremost experts on Kickstarter campaigns. I highly recommend you go ahead and take a look at that. This is on Wednesday, July 10th at 2 p.m. Eastern Daytime. And the annual July Summer-Winter sale of Smashwords is going on all this month. You can take a look at all the different sales that are available. And of course, I decided to add my books to the mix. All of them are going to be pretty much anywhere from 50 to 75% off. 50 to 75% off, not bad. So another reason why I'm not discounting my release next week because there's already some discounts in place. And one last big quick shout out to my sponsors, Book Award Pro. Thank you so much for sponsoring this podcast. Folks, you want to get awards or reviews for your book, Book Award Pro is the place to check it out. Visit my affiliate link at dalelinks.com/bookawardpro. Did I miss anything? If so, let me know inside the Discord community. I'm back, baby. Come on over to dalelinks.com/Discord and just tag me over inside the chat and let me know if I missed anything or if I happen to miss something. Or if you're like, don't agree with any of my stance, it's totally fine. You don't have to agree with everything that I say. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I will catch you folks next week. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in. Special shout out to my channel members for both the podcast channel and the main channel. Without your support, some projects we do at Self-Publishing with Dale would be much harder to fund. If you want to contribute to the cause, visit dalelinks.com/memberships for details and get your on-screen shout out at the end of each broadcast. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll see you soon.